Egghead Island isn't going to be Usopp's arc, and I'll talk about that more in a second. But first, Zoro has gotten lost somewhere in this video, and I need your help to find him. If you're able to find him, let me know in the comments, alright? Thank you. Now, into the video. The basis of this video is that most of the side Straw Hats, so like not Luffy, have gotten kind of an arc where they shine, like they stick out, right? So you kind of have, each Straw Hat has like the arc where they're introduced, and they obviously have a major role in that arc. But then they also have another one where they get development, and this has happened a few times. We've seen it, Sanji and Whole Cake, and honestly, Brook had a large part in Whole Cake as well, so you could kind of call that Brook's arc. Another one would be like Robin and Eddie's Lobby, and there's, you know, etc., etc. There's other Straw Hats, but there's a few Straw Hats still that haven't got like their arc, you know. And so now that we're in a new, spoilers by the way, new arc in the manga, which is Egghead Island, this is gonna be someone's arc, right? It's not like a pinnacle arc like Wano was, and I would call like Wano, if anything, Zoro's arc. I just don't really think it's like Zoro's arc too much, but it's kind of like a pinnacle of a whole saga, so it didn't really need to be a certain Straw Hat's arc because it had so much stuff going on. But Egghead definitely will be. Now, a big character we haven't seen a arc for yet is Usopp, and it's been waiting for a long time, and it's, you know, I think the general consensus is that it's going to be Elbaf, right? Usopp's arc will be Elbaf, but this one could have the potential to be Usopp's arc, and I'm sure some people think it might, but I don't think it will be. And I can see where people might think that with all the technology, maybe you could get like some cool slingshot, or like there's some situation where he has to do something or other, to whatever, right? But I don't think it's going to be his, because I think it's going to be Frankie's, and I think that makes a lot more sense, right? Frankie, with all the Vegapunk stuff, he like learns from Vegapunk, gets some more stuff, maybe we see an upgrade for the Sunny, something like that. And I think it makes sense where Frankie also hasn't got an arc yet, and he, in my opinion, Frankie's kind of like one of the most least developed Straw Hats. Like, we've seen very little of him. He almost feels like a background character. Like, I feel like some characters we meet in arcs almost always have like a higher like importance than him. Like, I feel like Yamato or even Carrot is just like more important than him in Wano, and we didn't see him much. But I mean, he obviously had his roles that he was doing, like working on ships and stuff in Wano for sure, but we haven't seen much of him, and I'm sure Oda wants to change that. I'm sure he wants to have more involvement with Frankie, and I think that's why we're going to see Egghead be Frankie's arc. Now, Usopp's arc, I want to go back to this because this is kind of the topic of this video, right? Usopp's arc, we can almost assume 100% is going to be Elbaf, right? And the reason why why this arc wasn't Elbaf, and it makes sense to me now, is now that we're in the final saga of One Piece, we're getting really close to the characters achieving their dreams. And for Usopp to achieve his dream, he needs to become a brave warrior of the sea. Now, throughout the entire series, he's been obsessed with the giants and their idea of like bravery, and he's been like hand in hand with giants. He's been obsessed with Elbaf because that's where they come from. So, once we get to Elbaf, in Elbaf, it's very likely that Usopp is going to accomplish his dream in Elbaf, right? So it wouldn't make sense for it to happen like this early yet, even though we are like in the final saga. We still need like a few arcs, right? It needs to be like the final arc or two when characters start to accomplish their dreams. And I don't know if every character is going to accomplish their dreams. You'd like to think they would, but then there's some like Chopper like creating a cure for all medicine. Like, I don't know how realistic that is by the end of the series, because I don't even really feel like Chopper's focusing on that. And who knows, maybe Chopper has like a lab on the Sunny or something that he just is always messing around with. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Egghead. I think it's gonna be Frankie's arc, and I think we're gonna see Usopp's arc. Maybe, I feel like maybe even not after Egghead. I feel like there might be some other like emergency arc after Egghead, like they have to go save Sabo or Vivi or something, and after that, then I feel like we might get an Elbaf arc or something. Or maybe there's something that like an event that happens at Elbaf, and they just happen to like run into that event, so it kind of like it meets the Straw Hats into the main like story of the world of One Piece, and they kind of just coincide in a perfect timing thing. So let me know what you think in the comments. Did you find Zoro? Let me know. All right. Anyways, stay slippery. Thanks for watching. Butter out.